Welcome to the Maps 101 quick tutorial on how to use animated maps in the classroom. Our animated maps is our way of taking the old overhead projector and what it was good for in the classroom, specifically layering transparencies on top of one another to show growth or movement. That's a very hard thing to do digitally, and we've kind of answered that problem there with our animated maps. To find our animated maps, you click on the Interactive Maps tab. Once that comes up, you go down to the fourth one in that line, Animated History Maps. Now we're starting to drill down into specific content. You have an option of world history and U.S. history. Again, it does not matter which map you choose. They're all formatted in the same way. So when we look at this, just know that the same features will be available on all of these maps. We have two different types of animated history maps. The first one, I'm going to open up a Civil War map. And you'll notice on this map, the map itself is relatively blank, but the key is full. And at the bottom of the map, you'll see a play and a pause button. What this does is it brings your map to life. This is a great tool for students who have visual spatial problems, or maybe they have issues with sequencing. So it's really good to help students break down the information that's on a map. Wall maps are great, but they are loaded with information all at once, and it's sometimes hard for students to figure out what happened, when, and what the significance of that was. So in this case, we push the play button. Now, I want to give you a heads up. There is sound on these maps, and when there is a battle, it sounds like a bomb exploding. It's great to wake up your students, but make sure you let your neighbors know in the school that they might be hearing some explosions should you keep your speakers on. So I'm going to push play. There's one right off the go. But we're going to push play, and you'll see there that it shows you that troop movement. And the great thing is you can pause your map and stop and talk about it with your kids to make sure they don't get lost as you go through this content. It's also a great opportunity for you to have some really thoughtful discussion with your class and throw out some of those critical thinking skills. In this particular case, I might ask my students, depending on grade level and appropriateness, but I might ask them, why would you choose a maritime region first? What is the point? What is the point of a blockade? And you can get into, keeping supplies from reaching them, how you're trying to defeat them, maybe through a war of attrition in one case. So you can pause it, you can push play, and it will resume at that point. So that is one way that you can use an animated map, the play and the pause button. Now I'm going to go back to our U.S. history table of contents here and show you just one other type of animated map that we have. It does not have a play and a pause button. Now I've pulled up the women's suffrage map from 1915. Once again, you'll notice the map itself is blank. Your key is full. Again, we're showing growth or movement. So in this case, in 1915, the states that have no voting by women will be highlighted. So you just simply click on the key to show that difference. Women who could vote in the presidential election, women voting in primary. So you can do it this way to show growth as well. So whenever you pull up an animated map, just look down at the key. If you do not see a play or pause button, just know you click on those colors to show the growth or movement. Once again, the purpose of this is to really help students understand the fluidity of a map, how things can grow and develop. Thank you.